Because we have Kelli Bono in the classroom. You've heard me brag about Keep Me Safe Organics, and it's been a while. And so today we're going to bring the owner of Keep Me Safe Organics to the classroom to tell us and remind us of the importance of choosing everything that touches our body to be organic and healthy and affordable. So let me go ahead and start the record button. Today I'm flying solo. So Robert is out. He's probably listening right now going, oh my gosh, I hope she does okay. But I'm going to start the record button for the Odyssey and BitChute. Here we go. And I am ready. I'm going to have a lot to do. I'm going to be dancing, but I'm going to be dancing with just looking at my monitor, all the things I need to do that normally Robert does. So today we are going to talk about why people are dying to be beautiful. What does that mean? What does that mean? And so it's time to get in the moment. It's time to listen and learn, and it's time to dance. Here we go.
The Lillian McDermott Show.
We love, we fear, bridges we burn, we make mistakes, then we live and learn. When life gets tough, and it seems like your best ain't good enough. If you're in need of hope, you know where I'll be. I'll be right here, right here. And when you need a friend, you can count on me. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
This is the place you can always turn to when you need a friend. The Lillian McDermott Show. To reach out to Lillian, visit her on the web at whenyouneedafriend.com. Now let's all learn together. Here's Lillian McDermott.
Hello, my listening friend. It's so nice to meet each other on the air on this beautiful, best day ever. And for those of you who are tuning into the classroom for the first time, please know I've been waiting for you. This is a safe place where you can go to when you need a friend. It is my commitment to provide alternative ways to heal, and it is my mission to make awareness, responsibility, and truth a part of our everyday life. And I hope you, my listening, as well as my viewing friend, will feel empowered to embrace a new truth and live the life of your dreams. So today, it's been a while. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been too long since we've had Kelli Bono in the classroom. She is the owner of Keep Me Safe Organics. This is the product that I've been wearing probably for now 4 years, from head to toe, maybe 5, from head to toe. And I truly believe in the product. I use it every day, knowing, excuse me, knowing that every molecule, every cell in my body is rejoicing every time I have this product on my body, that there are no toxins entering my body because I pulled that plug a long time ago. So Kelli is here. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Kelli's here to tell us and share her story and how the foundation of this company started and their commitment and why they do what they do, because there are people who are dying to be beautiful and don't even know it. And since it is our sole purpose in life to give and receive love and knowledge, I'm so grateful that Kelli Bono is here to do just that. Welcome, Kelli, to the classroom.
Oh, I love you, Lillian. Thank you so much for bringing me on, inviting me here, and just to share a little bit about my story, my heart, my passion, my business. And so what really started all of this is, well, even before my dad died, I've lost a lot of people that I've loved to cancer. And so I think that really started a question. But then when I lost my dad to cancer, that was like a real gut check, like just wrenching. And it really started me on this journey because my dad was, anyway, he was strong and he was tough, and he was never gonna, he was going to be here forever, right? He was my daddy. And so the thought of losing him, and it's been over 12 years now, but the thought of losing him, and he was 68, I felt like he still had so much more life to live. And when I started to really search, and I don't know about you, maybe you have disease in your family, but cancer is all over mine. Cancer is, my mom's dad died of cancer. My mom's mom died of cancer. My dad died of cancer. Like, I have lost a big piece of the people that I love to disease. And so I guess for me, it was like that question of like, why is it that some people can really, really, really smoke, do all these horrible things and yet live to 90? And why is it that some people can do things, you know, good or right and have a short life? And I really went on that quest after my dad died. And I really started to learn, which really made me so upset, but I really started to learn that, you know, what we put in our body and what we put on our body, the largest organ, the skin is the largest organ that gets absorbed within the bloodstream. Whatever you put on gets absorbed within 26 seconds. And as I started on this journey, it was like, oh my gosh, right? Because no one ever really, before my dad got sick, no one mentioned the word organic. Nobody talked about I didn't even know what a GMO was until after my dad died. No one had the conversation with me, not one person, you know. And I just look back and you know, my dad always loved it when I would juice for him. Like, I would, like, he just always, like, every time I'd be in there making juice, there was a side of him that would just like light up. But I never knew that, you know, I was probably juicing with pesticides and GMO. I just didn't know. No one had told me. So once my dad died, I really started to really question and really search, why do people get sick? Why do others not? And what is disease? How does this all come about? And it really just sent me on this quest. And I started to learn about chemicals, and I started to learn about food we eat. And I started to get really angry, like very angry, like very angry. And I'm not an angry person. Like, I've always been like very carefree and loving, but I think when I would start to read ingredients, and then and back then, you got to understand, 12 years ago, the iPhone was just starting to get big. Like, it wasn't like maybe the iPhone 1 or 2 was out. It wasn't this huge, technology wasn't at your fingertips. You had to sit down to a computer or a laptop, or you had to, you know, it was like, it just wasn't like now you can kind of Google anything, which is so, in one way, I know people are like technology, you know, but in one way, it's so beautiful that you can almost be at a grocery store, look at any ingredients, and then pick up a phone that's in your hand and start to like educate right there. So my learning curve took me years, what will probably take people, you know, weeks to learn, because I didn't have that access. You know, I was getting to it anyway. So I just remember looking, and all of a sudden I look at all this food, and we would Google, and then I learned about, you know, things being genetically modified, and they're being, you know, made in a lab and all this stuff. And it was just like, oh my gosh, you know, like, here, no one's really told us about eating clean and what we put on our skin and how it matters. And then I just remember, you know, when my son, because my son was 2 years old when my dad died, I just remember my son had some really, really bad eczema. And every night after his bath, he would scratch his little legs until his legs were bleeding and raw. So behind the leg, behind the knee. And he just, I mean, it was just, we put mittens on him. I mean, it was just one of those things where it was just, his legs were just, and I always felt like we suffer from autoimmune. My sister has psoriasis. Like, we are just a family that is plagued with skin disease, cancers, autoimmune, you name it. That's just our family. So I really just chalked it up to, he has skin issues, you know, which runs in the family. And I didn't think, you know, any more about it. And then as I was starting to learn about products and chemicals and things in products and things in ingredients, and all of a sudden one day, it was a purple lavender bath time liquid soap that I would, biggest brand out there, that I would just put into the bathtub. And as I'm squirting it, I was starting to learn about chemicals and starting to learn about parabens and starting to learn about all these things that majorly cause harm. We're talking like reproductive harm, cancers, toxins. Like, I started to turn over this bottle. And as I'm starting to get a little bit of knowledge and I'm starting to see the very first ingredients, it's like, oh my gosh, these are like cancer causing ingredients. These ingredients are linking back to harm. Mm-hmm. And here I am kind of like thinking I'm doing such a good job as a mom. It's lavender bath time, you know, I'm doing what a good mom does, putting their baby to bed and like putting the, you know, lavender in the bath. And well, immediately when I saw that, I was horrified and I just chucked it. And I was angry. Like I was angry. I think my husband, when he came home, I mean, I was like ready to fight. Like here, my dad died of cancer. Here I am giving my son a bath. And at 2, I'm putting cancer causing chemicals all in the tub. And then at night, he's just itching his little skin off, and it just really hit me like, oh my gosh, and I didn't know that his skin issues were affected to the baby wash. So all of a sudden I got, I threw that away. And then within a few weeks, and I think I just was using nothing at the time because I was so scared. Like water was better than anything. And I didn't know, I was just learning. So it was like, water. And all of a sudden his skin started to heal. And within like 2 weeks, there was no itching, no even marks, no raw meat, bloody looking skin that had always been there. I was like, oh my gosh, just getting rid of just the junk. I've got my little boy not scratching himself in the middle. And as a parent, when your kid's like scratching themselves and you hear that itch all night, we got the mittens. We just didn't know what we put him in leggings. And even he would just try to get, to his skin through the leggings. And it was just such a hard thing as a mom. And so that just really opened the door to really just search for more, like what is going on. And, as I started to learn and as I started to grow and as I started to really like understand disease and cancer and my mom and I would say 5 to 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, we were out in the middle of the California desert with a nutritional guru in a teepee. We're actually staying in these teepees and we are on a quest, right? Like a nutritional quest. We want to know the answers. And I'll never forget this guy. His name was David. And he just said, all disease is so simple, Kelli. And when he said that, it really angered me because I just thought, my dad dying wasn't simple. Like there's nothing simple about my dad dying. So it really like struck another chord, like the baby wash that I threw away. It was like, my dad dying is not simple. Don't tell me that. Like, please don't say it was simple. Like, it was so personal. And it was one of the biggest, it was like the devastation of my life. So for him to say it was, all disease is so simple. And it's like, well, tell that to a mom that's lost a child. And at the time I had also had some miscarriages. So it's like, don't, and he goes, Kelli, it's so simple. It's basic math. And I was like, I was just trying to hold, and I could tell my mom could feel like, I was just getting all emotional. But he said, all disease is more chemicals coming into the body than the body can safely eliminate. Disease will shortly follow. 1 + 2 = 3. A + B = C. He said it so simply. And he gave me a solution to a problem that I had been on a quest for like 5 years. Like really, like this was like, how they say people go through life with a question. Mm-hmm. and what's that question? And since my dad died, that was the question. Why do some people get sick? Why do some people die? Why is my dad dead? Why is cancer around? Why is disease around? And he just put it so simply, Kelli, more chemicals come into the body than the body can safely eliminate. And we can eliminate through the 3 Ps, pooping, peeing, and perspiring. Mm-hmm. He goes, more chemicals come in than can be safely eliminated. Disease will shortly follow. And he goes, and the magic thing that I don't know and you don't know is what is your elimination number. So like you can take on 50 toxins a day, but you're eliminating them through sweat, through urine, through pooping, you're eliminating 200. So disease isn't going to catch you. Or you could be the person that's taking in 200 and only eliminating 50. And now it's only a matter of time before now your body is riddling with disease. Yeah. And so I'm so grateful because that was the question that I had been asking and searching. So that was probably 2 years before I started Keep Me Safe. And that was like really, maybe it was a few years before, maybe it was even 3 or 4 years before. But anyway, it just brought me on a quest and I started getting into healthy products and I started to get into like, organic, and I started to really took on a life of its own. And that's really what opened the door for really to me to have like my passion and my mission. And I hate saying that because it took my dad dying, but that's really what the mission was and the passion and what kind of fueled me to say, okay, how can I take this horrible horrific thing that happened and make something good of it? How can I turn that negative, the devastation of my life? How can I take the devastation of my life and really move in a positive direction? And I've always grown up loving spas, loving going to the spas, loving doing facials. I've never been a huge makeup person, but I love skincare and playing, and I love being with girls, and I just love, and what I love is, with these products, they're so easy to use and they're so simple that it really does feel like you're not wearing anything. So I love that. So long story short, one time I just got a dream that I was supposed to open up a company, and it was supposed to be called Keep Me Safe. So that's the name, Keep Me Safe, right? And it was to keep women safe in business, in life, in beauty products, in just everything that could possibly entail. And I woke up from that dream and I was really scared, because it was like, that's bigger than me. Like, I can't possibly do that. Like I can tell people about clean products and I can be a part of the crusade and the mission, but now you're really wanting me to get in the trenches. Like, this is like bigger than me. So that was 5 years ago. So we have now been in business for 5 years, and It was because God gave me a dream and it was bigger than me, and we're still here today. So that's exciting to see that, all over the United States right now, soon, probably later to be the world, but people can really have great products that do no harm, that don't harm one person on the planet, that do not harm someone with cancer or someone with a baby growing inside them. And so when you really look at what's out there on the planet today, when people put on their lipstick, when people put on their mascara, when people put on their lotion, when people put on their sunscreens, they are literally a toxic, cancerous, poison list of ingredients that what Lillian's calling the show today is no one should die to be beautiful. And that's exactly what's happening. Every single time you go to your counter, every single time you wash your face, every single time you put your lipstick on, if it is not a toxic-free, chemical-free product, you are actually, adding more toxic burden to your body. And at the end of the day, we know that all disease is simple. What can we do to not bring the toxins in? So then that way we can unload the toxins, so we're not constantly in the cycle of overload. So.
Absolutely. I love your story, because with your story comes your passion and commitment. And I know then, and you and I talked about it this weekend, that I'm sad that your father had to die for this awareness, but how many more people have died that haven't made that connection, Kelli? So yes, your dad could have died, but you would have never known about this had it not been for the quest. How many of us have buried loved ones where, cancer or disease is hereditary, but there is no such thing as hereditary. You've heard my talk and you've watched my classroom that there is, that only 1% is hereditary, that it's like from birth or from handed down from generation to generation. 99% of all disease begins in the heart. It also begins with the family recipes. That's what gets handed down from generation to generation. But we focus on, taking a pill or blaming the disease instead of taking back our life or our health. And that is why I joined forces with you guys and said, I want to help you. This was, it could be, I think you had started, you had been open a year when I first started using your product. So I think we're going on 4 years that we've worked together. And I'm telling you, it's been a wonderful relationship. We've grown together, personally and business. But the most important aspect, and what I want everybody to understand, is that there is an expression out there that goes, time heals all wounds, right? But I'm here to tell you, time heals nothing. It's what you do with that time that matters. And that's why I'm saying people die all the time. We don't know what we don't know. But because you took that journey and because you were curious about why is this happening, you can stop the dying in the future or prevent a greater disease, because death is something that's going to happen no matter what.
Yes.
So prevent a greater disease because your father sacrificed his life so that you could learn. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes. Well, and what when you say that, what comes to mind, and this is what I've often thought about, is if someone knew and had that conversation with us when my dad was 40s, 50s, would he still be here today? Right? Because he always loved health. He like when I get that juicer out, he would get so excited. He would get tickled pink. He knew he was getting something healthy, but no one had ever told me. So I would get out the juicer every now and then, and whenever, I was excited about juicing, maybe, in high school, maybe once every month or something, I would get out the juicer and make him a juice. And I thought I was being the best daughter, and we were having a juice day, and he would get so tickled. And here I am, probably juicing with pesticides and GMOs, and here's your liquid poison.
But once you know better, you do better.
You do better.
Listen, there's something therapeutic about, plants, no matter what's in them, but better it be organic, because now we know better, we do better.
Yes.
And I've got a little garden. I don't know if you saw my little garden.
I saw your little garden.
It's got tiny little, because I'm growing them from seeds. I'm not going out and buying. So I'm growing them with organic soil, organic seeds. And I feel like such a flop because it's just not growing fast enough for me. But God has a plan. And
does have a plan.
The other day I had some garlic. And you know how medicinal garlic is. Whenever I get a sore throat, I just, I apologize to everybody around me, and I put the garlic, just a little tiny piece in my mouth, and I suck on that garlic until it's soft, and then I chew it and I swallow it. And the good news and the side effects on that is not only do you, your sore throat goes away right away. The other side effect is that no vampires will attack you ever. So I'm just really excited about whenever there is something natural that we can do that falls in line with God's plan. And I just absolutely love it. And of course, we love to play. We love to look good, and we want to cover some of the things that we want to hide. But at what cost? At what cost? And that's what I want people to understand today, that your lipsticks have petroleum oils, your makeup, your shampoo, they all have products that are degreasers that will cause your natural oils to leave the body that was there by God to protect and to make us look younger. And here are these products that we're spending hundreds of dollars doing, and they're also causing harm. So we're going to start today. I'm going to share, that we always have giveaways. And today's giveaway is a gift from Keep Me Safe Organics. And this is how wonderful it is to be challenged. So Kelli and I were challenged to find lip color that was zero synthetics. The only synthetic is beeswax, right? And the only reason that is the synthetic version of beeswax is because it's called vegan. If it has beeswax, it can't be called vegan. And what is beeswax? Bee barf. That's what I'm saying. But so we get the synthetic portion of it, but Kelli came up with something that was completely organic. And we're giving away one lipstick. She gave a lipstick away for our holiday celebration, or was it it was the holiday celebration. But now I'm just going to show them off. So as you know, that we have the winner's basket. So if you want a free lipstick, you need to get your name, text me at 407-373-5959, and we will ship you, Kelli will ship you your favorite color. So this is Bellini. Isn't it pretty?
So beautiful.
Okay, so let me make this faster. This is Sugar Plum. This is one of my favorites because they're all my favorites. This is the Cosmopolitan. Guess what color I have on right now? And it looks different in everybody. I really love it. And then this is the Hot Toddy. I love the names, Hot Toddies. And I know some new colors are coming soon. And Pink Lady matches my nails. So anyway, one of you. So text me 407-373-5959. You will have until next Wednesday. So if you have friends, loved ones, tell them to text and say that you want a free, and then tell me which one's your favorite color, and I will show them to you later on. But or you can listen to this later on, or you can go to my website at whenyounneedafriend.com, go to my sponsors, and then click on to Keep Me Safe, the little tree, the tree of life, which is what they focus on, and check out the colors for the lips. But I'm really excited about the lip colors because I know, and I absolutely love the lip balms, and I have them by my desk all the time. My Cabernet and my Burgundy, they're all ready to go. But having the lip colors, to me, that was just a huge move in the right direction. Have you felt that kind of like put the oh yes, we are legitimately a makeup company as well as beauty products? How did that feel to find something so
It feels so good, Lillian, because the reality is what our mission is it can't, not only does it have to be safe, it has to work and be effective. So at the end of the day, you can have, it's like if someone's got mascara running down their face, I'm like, but it's organic.
That's right. I forgot the mascara. You have mascara now. I'm so excited.
So it's like you can have natural products that are oily and sticky and gross, and you're like, but sorry, I hugged you and my face is on your face, but it's organic. Right. It's organic.
Remember that I said that this weekend. It was like every time I hugged somebody, it was like my face would go onto somebody else's black.
Like, but it's organic.
It was always the black jacket, the black suit. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
And so
that doesn't happen with Keep Me Safe.
Yes, no. And so what I love, and here's what I love so much, is that when you put our makeup on, it literally feels like you're wearing nothing. And everyone always says to me, oh my gosh, once they wear our makeup, like, now I know how you have such flawless skin. Like, I always thought you just had the best skin, but it's the makeup. And I'm like, well, the makeup is just so beautiful at hiding any flaws without looking. Now, if I wanted to go 2 or 3 layers deep, I can, but I just go over a few times and it does. When I take all my makeup off, I do have a little bit of discoloration, but nobody, like when I have the makeup on, they're like, your skin is so beautiful. Your skin. And when I don't put makeup on, people, I just don't hear that. But when I have the makeup on, people tell me my skin is beautiful, and they'll stop me at the grocery store and, oh my gosh, your skin's so beautiful. And I think, oh my gosh, it is my skin that's beautiful, but what they're seeing is the powder just covers so beautifully without making it look like I've been in the makeup chair doing a ton of makeup. So
yeah,
that's mine.
And I love the fact that it is versatile. But before I just want to share that they do have cleansers. And I've been using these products now for 4 years, and I absolutely love it. So this is the cleanser. There is the toner. Let me make sure I've got the toner and the squalane. I used to say that if I ever had another child and it was a little girl or a boy or whatever, actually a girl, her name was going to be Paprika. I just love the name Paprika. I don't know. I had a color in my walls named Paprika. I just like the name. And so then once I met you, I decided that if I do have another girl, it's going to be squalane. So that I just absolutely love squalane. And that's the serum. Then there's the moisturizer and the mask, which is just absolutely phenomenal. Everybody just loves every single part of the products. There's so many different products. Go to whenyounneedafriend.com and you can click on the logo for my sponsors, and then click on to the tree of life, which is, this is your lotion. I've got all your products. And I remember when you came out with the mascara and the lipstick, and I'm like, I'm throwing away everything that I have, which is growth, because sometimes it's really hard to throw away our old makeup, isn't it?
It is. 100%. It is. And that's what I think I'm so proud of, is like the commitment, because at the end of the day, it's got to work and it's got to make you look beautiful, because as the show's called, no one should die to be beautiful. And as we're talking about that, what we do and what our standard is we really adhere to the European standard. And in 2003, Europe really put out this list of these chemicals are banned. They are not coming into our products.
How many are there?
In 2013, they updated that list. And as of 2013, there are, let me get my notes, there are 1,328 chemicals that the European Union will not let into their country because they are known for birth defects. They are known to cause fetal harm. They are known to cause cancers, genetic mutation. And so when you hear that, that is like, okay, they're not letting these even come into their beauty products. So when you get a product from the United States, from a big company, you're getting a different product that they make for the UK because their product's not allowed to even be on the shelf in the American form. So we're kind of getting all the crap and all the junk and all the horrificness. So guess how many, Lillian, how many would you say that are banned in the United States?
Out of that 1,300?
1,320. And now these are known carcinogens. They're known to cause cancer, birth defects, mutations, genetic mutations. How many do you think are banned? Reproductive harm. They're known to cause reproductive harm.
You would think that all of them would be banned, but I think I know that the number is very low. So share that number because I want you to say it.
It's 11.
11.
11.
Isn't that crazy? So out of the
insane
1,326, 1,316,
1,328.
1328. And so
banned.
11 of those 13 and 28 are banned. So they must have you grow a second head or something. They must be that bad that even the United States won't have it in here, but the rest is coming in. And one of the things I learned from Keep Me Safe and because I've been learning from you guys for a long time is that if they make it in Europe and it's coming to the United States, they put the crap in. Yeah, I think you mentioned a little bit about that. And
because we allow it, and
that's
it's
right.
cheap.
We allow it, and they'll do it. They'll do it for us stupid Americans, right? So that's how they think of us. We don't care because we don't realize that what we do today will affect us 20 years from now, and what we do 20 years from now will affect 20 years from then. And so we're, it can affect us. Some things affect us right away. Some things affect us right away. But some things don't affect us because there's that toxic overload. We don't know what that number is. So let's not play Russian roulette with our products, with our beauty products, right?
And a lot of people have been on vacation to Hawaii and to the Cayman Islands and to all these places, and they are telling them, you are not allowed to get into the water until you shower off. You are killing our reef. You are killing our marine life. You're killing it with your lotions and your potions. And okay, so here, what we put on our skin and when we get into the water is killing the aquatic life, but it's on our skin. What are we doing to us? And then we wonder, right? We're wondering, right? Like, why are our children so sick? Why are we not having healthy babies? Why are we not getting pregnant? Right? Like people are really not understanding, like once you, and this is where I got so angry, but when I realized like, oh my gosh, my miscarriages and all the things, my dad, all this stuff is linked. It makes you angry. And you're like, oh my gosh, why am I paying $1, whether you get it at the dollar store or whether you go to Neiman Marcus and you pay $800 for a cream, if it is going to cause you cancer, because believe me, the same ingredients that are in the dollar store brand, they are also in your $800 brand. And so they might just have a beautiful logo and different labeling, and they might have some a little bit more, different peptides and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, what is in your $800 bottle and what is at the dollar store? I know now that if it's going to cause me cancer, if it's going to cause me to not be able to have a child, if it's going to cause my disease or my demise or the thing that I'm going to have to be paying for the rest of my life, why are they not paying me to try it? Why are they not paying me to put it on my body?
Informed choice, or tell you what the options. If you knew that your beauty product right now, and there's an app called Think Dirty And you can go on there and you can scan your beauty products and it'll tell you at a scale of 0 to 10, how dirty that product is. And if you look at some of these really expensive brands, it's amazing how many of them are at 9 or 10 or 7. With Keep Me Safe Organics, hopefully, I don't know if they're not there, but it would be at 0. And so that's the beauty, or maybe 1, depending on, because there are earth products that you use and that you can't, you can't give it that number, but if it's responsibly sourced, then now that's going to be even better. So Keep Me Safe Organics. One of the things that blew me away when I learned about this, and I know that we've just recently spoke to some people about this, what does it require? Because, people look at this and say, oh, this is all natural. This is all natural. So I'm going to buy it for myself. So what do people need to be buyer beware what all natural requires?
Okay, yes. So in the market, this is kind of once again, the United States is very kind of like the Wild West when it comes to marketing. We're very much laissez-faire, Wild West.
Milk does the body good. Yay. That's not true.
Milk does the body good. It's good for your bones, and then you hear that, and then all of a sudden, milk is a cause for a lot of inflammation and mucus. And so it's the same thing in marketing. Yes. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Yeah. The very thing that it's saying that it helps. Yeah. So with you got to think with chemicals and with everything else, just like in, oh my gosh, Lillian, my thought just went away. So just like, marketing. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. I got on the milk thing and I was like, ooh, okay. So think about marketing as like the wild, wild west, and a company can literally label the moon, the stars, everything, all natural, as long as 15, not 50, but 15%. Mm-hmm. is natural. They can make it like it's an all natural product. It is really, really, really deceiving what's going on. So like a lot of times, like my favorite back in the day when I was starting this journey, my favorite brand, oh my gosh, we were talking about it. What's the favorite brand at the stores? Burt's Bees. That was like my brand that I felt good about buying at the store. Cause right, I'm new to this journey and that's the only brand that's showing up in the store, right? That's like, looks like it's a lot different from what else is out there. And then all of a sudden you find out that brand is owned by Clorox. Sorry, I had someone come in. That brand is owned by Clorox. So at the end of the day, it's like the same people that own Burt's Bees are the largest chemical company, in the United States. So it's like, oh my gosh, I know that it's not their passion to save people from disease. Like that's right, because you can't have the largest chemical company that does more harm than anything else and then also own the most natural, loving, chemical-free product, right? Like, okay, that's such a.
And did you check their products out, or is this an assumption on your part? Because
this is careful. So this was 5 or 6 years ago when I was out there searching. I have not really looked at Burt's Bees lately. Like when I go into the stores now, I don't pick it up and read it like I used to. Like,
what did you discover at that time? Just that
well,
there was
what I felt for me was like at the end of the day, my dad dying of cancer, and then here I've got the same corporation that's making my bleach is also making my beauty products.
Yeah.
And for me, that was the like, whoa, something is really off here. And that's when I got that like kick in the stomach of like, okay, the largest chemical company in the United States is also making all my beauty products. And that was kind of, I think, when all of a sudden I was like, something's got to change. Because they don't care about my dad. They don't care about me. That was like the $1 million moment for me. That was like, okay, there's really a void missing in the marketplace with someone that truly, truly, truly is going to put your health above the almighty dollar, or your health above. Yes.
Yeah. And full disclosure here. I'm not making a claim. I don't think
yes, we don't make any claims to cure, prevent, treat.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm not making a claim that Burt's Bees is
no. And I have not looked at their products in years. I'm just saying, for me, that was my truth in my moment when I felt really like deceived. Like,
Yes, I can
like,
understand that.
yes,
I can
like,
understand that.
yeah.
But all the products that you know that are Keep Me Safe Organics, and by the way, if you want to purchase your own products, because I love you all, I'm giving you 10% off, and that is with the code Lilly10. That's Lilly, right there, 10. And you can get it from your entire purchase. And I'm very grateful that I'm allowed to do that. And it's an exception that was made. And I'm very grateful for Kelli for being able to support that. And so once again, I want to remind you that we have some beautiful colors. And so if you text me at 407-373-5959 and you let me know what color, and let me know if you're watching today, let me know what color you like best. I'm going to get all these colors here. So this is the Bellini. And just when you text me, let me know which one you want. Oops, I just knocked this one over. And this is Sugar Plum. These are all non-synthetic. These are just absolute. This is the one I have on. This is the Cosmopolitan. And this is the Hot Toddy. And last is the Pink Lady. So go on to my page, whenyouneedafriend.com, and then click on the sponsor and click on the Tree of Life so that you can start looking at your products. What are some of the products that you can change? And I always say, start with your cleansers, start with your cleansing products, because that's what starts making your skin glowy. Start getting all those toxic chemicals out of your skin by using things that are not causing harm. And so again, I had just mentioned that you need to go to whenyouneedafriend.com. And so while you're there, please subscribe, because this is how we, like if you go to whenyouneedafriend.com right now and you click on the blog, all of Kelli's information is in that blog. All you have to do is click on her name and it'll take you to wherever it is that you want to go. And so also I want to make sure that you check out my sponsors, support my sponsors the way that they're supporting the classroom. Like and follow, not just only whenyouneedafriend.com and subscribe to the website, but also to my sponsors, because they're supporting us. You need to figure out ways that you can support them as they are supporting us. We have the Shop Now bag, the affiliate program with where you can join the I Am the Solution workshop. You can get your New Truth series, Book of Revelation, and the 100 lessons from the Exodus online or on DVD. You can get products like with a discount that have to do with organic beauty, health assurance, fitness, alternatives to pain management and depression, to do things other than taking that pill, but actually taking ownership for your life, pulling that plug so that when you start putting clean into your body, the mud will go away and the cleanliness will shine in you. Take your health back. And finally, you can become an enrolled student in the classroom, whether you donate $1 or $1,000. Anything will help, whether it's your time, your talent, or your treasure. Today, we have Kelli Bono of Keep Me Safe Organics. We're always grateful when she's in the classroom, and Keep Me Safe Organics are in the classroom, because I want people to understand. I was shocked when I heard 26 seconds to go into my bloodstream. And then we wonder why we're gaining weight. We wonder why. And I have so many people that I coach that say to me, I swear to you, Lily, I swear, I don't eat unhealthy. I eat well. Okay, so let's start looking at other aspects of your life. Have you forgiven? Have you, are you in a marriage that is not toxic? Are you using beauty products that are not toxic? So you want to start doing that little checklist. And that's why you join I Am the Solution workshop on April 29th through May 1st. So I want to encourage you to grow. And you can find Kelli's information at when you click onto her name as well. So today we are talking about how many of us are dying to be beautiful. What are we putting into our body that is causing us harm? And I know a lot of people say this, Kelli, and maybe you can say something about it. A lot of people say, I won't give up my eyebrow pencil. I won't give up my lipstick. I won't give up my foundation from this expensive company, or even the cheap stuff, because I know your foundation, your minerals have 0 expiration date. So it never expires. People are saying, well, it's cheaper than that. Well, that little vial is going to cost more in the long run. What do you say to someone like that?
So what I would say is just really think, because I know my dad would give anything to be here today, to see my children, to see, he only got to see 2 of my 4 kids. So really think about it, because sometimes when we fight for something, or we're like, I hear a lot of people say, well, I love my chemicals, and it's like, do you really? Like really?
But does it love you back? Does it love you back?
Does it love you back? And is it going to serve you? Because I know when it comes time for people at the end of their life, a lot of times people aren't saying, I lived well. People are saying, I want more time. I'm not ready. This shouldn't have happened. It was happening too soon, or, and so could that have been prevented? And it's hard to blame, one little thing, but it's a bunch of little things added up over time. So think about it like your eyebrow pencil maybe has 30 chemicals on it, or even say 10, let's give it a low rate, say 10 chemicals, but you're using it every single day for 20 years. And that's that compounding effect, right? It's just like interest and savings. You put a little bit away for that rainy day, and all of a sudden your money's compounded in a good way. This is what's happening when you put good products on that do no harm. Guess what? Your body can start to eliminate, detox, get rid of. The same thing happens when it's just a little lipstick, or it's just a little this, and I truly believe, because we are in the world today, and you can walk behind, somebody smoking, and you can walk behind it. There's things that are unavoidable. And there's things that I can't go to school with my kids and make sure that everything is perfect. No, I'm sure they're washing their hands in the bathroom. I'm sure they're getting hand sanitizer probably from every teacher everywhere around. And I can send them with my hand sanitizer, but part of me feels like, it's just easier when the teacher's pumping it out to everybody. There's things I can't control, but what I can control is what comes into my home. And those products that come into my home. And so that's kind of like the challenge is when I realize, because life is out of control right now, there's things that we cannot control. But if we can control what comes into our home and what we're spending our money on every day, right? What our dollars are buying. And I think that was one of the things that really, and it might've been you, Lillian, that mentioned it, but we vote with our dollars. Mm-hmm. And when we buy products that are junk, and then but when we buy them, we're telling the manufacturers they're in demand. These are in demand. We got to keep them on the shelf because the people want them. So if all of a sudden, say we just stop buying, and I never looked at my money like that at, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, it's like, I want that product, I'm going to buy it. Mm-hmm. I want that, I'm going to buy it. And I was a marketing victim. Yes. Oh my God. One night this melon comes on TV, and it was the melon, and I was going to turn back the hands of time with this forever melon. Right. And I had that product as I was doing this journey. And all of a sudden I looked at those ingredients and I was like, those are causing major harm also.
And so, I want to share this. These are some of the ingredients that do you guys still put this on every purchase that goes?
We usually send out PDFs of this. We used to send these out with every single purchase. And I'm going to get back into doing that because that was so helpful. We just have so many repeat customers. So people are like, I have 50 of these things. Like, well, hand them out.
Well, I like the idea of the PDF. I mean, I like the idea, but it's parabens, mineral oil. Oh, can you read this? Methyl.
Okay.
Floral. Yeah, you're not even going to try.
No, these things are not meant to be read, but they're on the back of your beauty products.
That's right.
If you can't pronounce it and it's not like easy to pronounce, the chances are this stuff is linking back to major toxins. So PEGs, all things ending in ETA, diotane, 1,4, sodium lauryl sulfate's one of the worst.
And it's in everything. It's in your soaps, your shampoos, your baby products, and it dries the skin off with its natural oils, because that's what they used in the Exxon Valdez. That's what they used to remove the oil from the animals. If it worked on that, how's it going to work on us, right?
Yes. And most fragrances, people don't know this, most fragrances have formaldehyde in it. So if you've ever smelled formaldehyde, like true formaldehyde, oh my gosh, like it is one of the most toxic things. Like, when you smell formaldehyde, if you've ever smelled that smell, that I just lost part of my life. Like This
Yeah,
is
somebody's
not,
dead. Somebody's dead.
yes. And to think that that's going in to a lot of like every ingredient that you, oh, I love that smell. That smells so good. Or that candle that you're burning, that you love the fragrance. A lot of this has formaldehyde. So here you're lighting a candle and letting that aroma fill the house. And people don't even realize like the toxicness. And a lot of times, you know, and Lillian might experience this, but once you start to really detox, when I walk into a room and there's heavy perfumes, immediately I can, my body just knows that I can get a headache. It's like my awareness is
once you drain the tub, your body responds the way it should be. It responds the way it should be. Like if I'm exposed to something, I will immediately have a reaction because my body says, whoa, this is not normal. And so that's what the body is supposed to do. But if we constantly ignore the body and we put products in our body that are where the product that your body cannot distinguish, is this a foreign object or is this a natural object? It's like when we eat anything processed, when we eat anything with too much sodium and sugar and oils and all of that, the body goes intruder alert, but eventually it'll stop saying intruder alert, and then it will manifest into diabetes, cancer, because it can no longer fight the intruder alerts, and you're no longer listening to it. So the body goes, well, you know, I'm trying to help here. I'm going to start focusing on digestion. Is this really digestion, or is this really me removing toxic chemicals from your body? Because even that, the body does not recognize. They're unrecognizable products that we're putting in our body. And so we've got to help our body out by pulling the plug in the tub full of mud, putting the clean water in, allowing the mud to go away. It might take some time for some of us, but eventually it'll be clear and pure. Because even the commitment to the fragrances that you have are essential oils that have been extracted through steam. It's not even changing the molecular structure of it, but many of the synthetic essential oils, they're synthetic, but can you label it synthetic essential oil, or is it just all essential oils, whether or not
I think it comes down to, and in labeling, there's different like laws, but at the end of the day, it's like, where do you want your stuff coming from? Because at the end of the day, we care. Like we don't want any synthetics. We don't want anything that's going to disrupt the hormones, anything that's going to cause a fetus to like, whoa, like nothing that can do no harm, right? That's our biggest thing. And I know that sounds so like, okay, do no harm. But you don't realize when there's so much harm being done on every little level. So it's like, where do things come from? Yeah. It's really important, but no, in labeling, no one has to tell you where anything's been derived from. That's just something that's just, we're just not even there yet. But if someone truly has a passion and knows like this is life or death, this is like a big deal. This is like your health. This is the difference between maybe having a baby and not. This is the difference of who's going to be here 5 years from now versus who's not. And it's really important to them. Then I think you're going to see things, sourced very responsibly. And that's one of our things with all of our vendors. We want to know, where are you getting this? Where is this essential oil coming from? Is it coming from Europe? Oh, okay, great. Is it coming from China? Big difference. And you're going to see that, there's our organic lavender oils coming out of China, and you're like, okay, that's not for me. That's not where my passion is. That's not where I'm excited about. That's not anything that I want to be a part of. So, and then you got to, get some test sheets and there's a lot of digging that goes on. But what's beautiful is the answers are out there. And if you're with a company that really doesn't care to share those, or doesn't, doesn't let you call them and ask, is that really the company you want to be with? Is that really where you want to be? And I think what most people love about Keep Me Safe is that we are doing that. And we never let the chemicals in. we didn't start this as a chemical company and said, oh, the rave is now all natural. We're going to change our entire business model and go in a different direction. We've never had the chemicals to begin with. That was the mission from day one. And so like, when I look at it, that's what I'm so proud of. Like in 10, 15 years from now, when the laws have changed and all these companies have to fit to make the laws right. And that's really what I'm hoping happens. I want laws to be changed. I want not one person should ever die to be beautiful. Not one person should ever die of disease. Not one person should not, like, you should have your loved ones here for as long as you possibly can. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have to, you know, that's going to be an exciting day. And I will not have to change one thing about my company when that day happens, because we're already in compliance. So that's what's exciting, is there was never, So,
well, I just want to real quickly, because there's not going to be a teacher's pet corner, and because we're both very, very busy today. And but one thing I want you to know is that if you have any questions, please type in a queue, write your questions down. Also, if you want to win a chance at one free lip color.
How beautiful those are.
Aren't they beautiful? I just wanted them
all together.
All together. I wanted you guys to see it. That and really quick, Kelli, because your mission and your motto is to not only help people get rid of the toxins from their beauty products, but you're also wanting to support men and women who would like to become, you know, affiliates or advocates.
We call them advocates.
Advocates of the Keep Me Safe Organics mission. So would you like to quickly say?
Yeah, let me just share a little bit about that. So my dream is that, you know, also besides the chemicals, a lot of people, and especially in a world that's changing, you might want to stay home with your babies. You might just be looking for an extra stream of income. Keep Me Safe gives you 30% of every product moved through your, you know, your friends and your family. And these products, like the do no harm, they're exciting. Once you start to really see your skin change and your body change, and oh my gosh, suddenly, you know, maybe you're starting to lose the weight because you didn't realize like all your hormones were getting messed up because of the chemicals in your makeup. We have an amazing product where you make a commission every time you sell a product, and you also can go and build a downline to build residual income. And so I love that your customers that order from you monthly is a residual income, because once you get someone, you've been on the product for 4 years now, Lillian, we ain't getting you off. We're not getting you off, right? You can't get, you know, even if I didn't have this company, you're not getting me off these products. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, when people find stuff that they love, our makeup, our skincare, our lipstick, our mascara, we have got so many great things, and body products, we've got everything. So I would just say, if you try our products when you order and you fall in love with us, join us. If you fall in love with us, join the mission. We really need like-minded people that have been through something, not have to be through what I've been through, but you're just looking to make a difference in the world. Maybe you're tired of going along with the system and you just want to make a beautiful impact. Maybe you say, you know, I just want to get out of this toxic stuff and I just need something good in my life. And I just need a reason for my husband not to be mad so I can make a little bit of money with this and pay for my habit, you know? Whatever the reason is, Keep Me Safe brings a lot of people into the business, whether it's you suffer with health issues yourself. I've had so many women come in and say, I've not been able to wear makeup for 10 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have other women coming in and saying, you don't understand. I have celiacs. I've got all this stuff. I have not been able to put anything on my skin for however many years. And your product is the first product I've been able to use. That fires me up. Then I have people that reach out to me and say, hey, I made a few $100s this month off selling makeup and skincare, and it paid my car payment. It kept my kids in a sport. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And, you know, sometimes it's the littlest things, but can mean the biggest things in life. And so maybe you're sitting here today and you're just like, you know, I do want an extra stream. I do want something that's good for me. I do want to be able to share with friends and family and help the people I know and love around me, you know, have something better. Or maybe you're in a health crisis and you're like, I've got to make this change. This is one of those days where you just go into your cabinet, you start Googling the ingredients, looking them up, and then you just wipe off that counter and say, no more, no more. I'd rather use water for the next week until my good stuff comes in that I can use, but I'm not going to keep the burden coming on one more day, one more hour, one more minute, one more second when I know my life's at stake. So.
Well, I you know, there's so many different things, and we're talking about women here, but men too. Men are welcome to join us as well. And I am always looking for people on my team to join in and grow this business together. I see great things with Keep Me Safe Organics. I know that, some people believe that you have to go to a department store and buy the most expensive thing. Or maybe they have to go to a grocery store and buy the least expensive thing. In the long run, Keep Me Safe Organics is going to lead you to it's the optimal health that will give you the opportunity to make whatever financial decisions you want to make in the future, but not go for something that you think is protecting you. Go for something that will keep you safe. And so, Kelli, I'm really excited that you have absolutely done so much to bring health to the world. I want to remind you all to make sure you text me the color you want. I'll put you in the winner's basket and select your name on Wednesday. And whoever wins, I will notify you that you are ready for changing and taking your life back. Thank you so much, Kelli Bono, for coming into the classroom and teaching us today and sharing your story and reconnecting with us. And please remember, we'll be right here waiting for you worldwide at whenyouneedafriend.com. This is Lillian McDermott and Kelli Bono wishing you love, peace, joy, and unexpected abundance. Make it the best day ever.
The opinions and advice expressed on the Lillian McDermott radio show are intended for the individual callers and guests on the program and are presented to our wider audience solely for general educational purposes. Please act responsibly and consult personally with your own medical, psychological, or nutritional expert before taking any steps to improve your life.
Okay, let me see if I see any questions, any cues. Okay, do you have eye cream?
It still says live. It still says live on.
Yeah, we're still live. We're still live.
Okay,
I'm just
perfect.
gonna answer real quick.
Okay.
No, that's okay. I've done that before where I'm getting ready and I'm like getting ready and putting on my
over
lipstick
here.
and Robert's running in. I know we're live. Not today. I knew we were live. We're just gonna give it. There's a question from Rosalinda. Do you have any eye cream? You see. And this is one of the things that's so beautiful about Keep Me Safe Organics. Before you take over, Kelli, and share that.
Go for it. No.
What I love about it is that there's multi-purpose, multi-uses for many things. So one of the things that I found is that I would leave a counter at the department store with just like 100 products. Okay, this is for my eyes, this is for my nose, this is for my lips, this is for my ears. I mean, it was just like all these different products. But with Keep Me Safe Organics, your eyeshadow can be your eyeliner, we did a class on this one time that we were like, okay, if this is the only product you have, you can do your cheeks, you can do your lips, and so it's multifaceted. So I would say, when it comes to the eye cream, what would you like to say about that, Kelli?
Well, okay. So a lot of times in marketing, think about it. An eye cream are anywhere from $15 to $80. Mm-hmm. And it makes that bundle so cute. But our moisturizer, you put it on your lightest finger and you can use that as an eye cream. You can also use our serum if you wanted to mix the two and kind of be in. So marketing has really gotten us to where we feel like we have to have an eye cream, and they might throw one or two little ingredients that are maybe different in there, like whatever the bundle that they're selling, but it's really a moisturizer for the eyes. And as long as you always want to just do light under the eyes because that's the most delicate skin. But our moisturizer,
the ring finger.
Yep.
Not the middle finger, not the pointer finger. I also do the pinky sometimes.
Yeah, the pinky would be nice too.
Yeah.
So that is a beautiful way to do and we have a 4-step system. It's beautiful. And at the end of the day, you don't need, it's kind of like, it's the marketing. So it's millions of dollars in marketing. We've all been there. When I started to learn all about this stuff, like I just felt so like lied to, like, oh my gosh, just like a lot of times people say, oh, is your moisturizer a sunscreen? Well, there can't be a moisturizer and sunscreen. It's either one or the other. So you're either buying a sunscreen or you're buying just a moisturizer, but the molecular structure they can't have them both. You can't have something that penetrates deep in the skin that's going to moisturize and then also block the sun at the same time. So it's a huge marketing thing, and people think, oh, you either have one or the other. It can't really be both. People will say that, it can be both, but it's another thing in marketing. It's $1 billion industry that they've got you hook, line, and sinker, and you're thinking, I'm buying too, but yet your skin's never hydrated. It's like, so the same thing's kind of with an eye cream. So once you really dive into the marketing thing, you get really like, wow, this is so deceptive. It's all about dollars and where you're going to spend your money. And can they get $30 more out of you? Can they get $80 more for an eye cream out of you? So with Keep Me Safe, we are truly safe and affordable with our minerals. And mine's all
good.
Yeah, with our minerals, most companies put a chemical in it called bismuth oxychloride. It's a huge filler, so they can put a little bit of minerals in it, put that in it. It mixes together and it will color the minerals, but it's mainly a filler, and it makes the minerals expire within 6 months. And almost every mineral company in the world that I have seen adds that in. It's part of their business model. 6 months, you're having to throw away the minerals and reorder. You're on their auto ship program. With our minerals, because we're not adding any fillers, we're not adding the bismuth oxychloride, you get 100% minerals. They never expire. So you can have these minerals in for as long as there's mineral in the container. 10 years later, you pull them out, the minerals are still good. They're not going to expire. And I think we're doing everything opposite. Most companies have to put so much chemicals in their lotions because they need them to last for 15, 20, 30 years on a shelf, because it's not good business practice if it's going bad pretty quickly and they've got to get them out to all their stores. We're the opposite. Our products go bad within 1 to 2 years of shelf life. If they're a cream, a liquid, our minerals never expire. So where other people are having to put chemicals in their minerals to expire so they can get you on auto ship, get your monthly money. They need that, every few months, they want you throwing away. We're not asking for that. So we're very opposite of how the world does it. So
yes. And so I hope that helped you, Rosalinda. And for those of you who would like to become an advocate, let me know, and we can take that route. And for those of you who purchase, I don't know, Kelly, if you want to do this, maybe we can do a Zoom party. If whoever buys a cleansers or some makeup today, maybe we can do a private session where we can teach you how to use each product and have like a fun night of just us. We've done that before, where the foot soaks and whatever you buy, you can use, and we can show you some tips on how to put the makeup together. So you're not alone, especially if you wanted to become an advocate. You will be carried by Kelli and her team to help you and become a successful advocate as well. So I know that we have, let me see, I know that people are making comments, but we're going to be going in a second. Let me see. You won't regret it, says Bridget. It was another company
Bridget.
for over 20 years. She was with another company for over 20 years. When I switched, I can't even explain the difference in my skin. Wonderful. And Rosalinda said, yes, how fun. I need makeup. You don't need it. You deserve it. You deserve makeup. You deserve beauty products that are going to be in line with your mission, which is to be as healthy as you possibly can. Let's not let our makeup, and this is something I've said before, we lock our chemicals under the kitchen counter or the sinks or whatever, so that we can keep them away from our children. But if you have daughters who are, teenagers or wanting to wear makeup, now's the time. Now's the time to get them involved in making them aware that everything they put in their body is going to be absorbed by their bloodstream in 26 seconds. Now is the time to say, those chemicals that are locked underneath the sink, because I don't want anybody to touch them, are no different at times. The chemicals that I'm putting, that are over the counter, that I'm putting all over my skin. So we just need to wake up. This is just one more thing that we've been lied to about. So I hope that today you become curious. You want to learn more. Who knows? Maybe you'll start with just the lipstick. You never know. And then from there you'll say, because we lick our lips all the time. That's petroleum. Who wants to swallow petroleum all day long? I did.
Well,
Not
and
anymore.
Lillian, real quick, I know we got to go, but just with these younger girls coming up, it is already so hard to wind up having a healthy pregnancy and a healthy baby and everything else. So like, think about, they're starting younger and younger and younger, and they're putting on all this lipsticks that are literally messing up the endocrine system. They're causing fetal damage. So think about, at 15, they're not thinking about that. But as a parent, you are, because what if it's the difference between you having a grandchild and not, or them having years of trial and suffering. And it was just something simple as like the education. Hey, we're going to sit down. Let's talk. I know you want all the makeup, and I know you want this, but let's just have a conversation, because that right there, if someone had that conversation at 16 with me, I might could have made a bigger difference in.
Yeah. And I'll real quickly tell a story. And Kelli has this picture, but I told her she could not use it. But many years ago, and I've talked about it in the classroom, I had really severe melasma. I had melasma on my cheeks, over my eyes. And for years and years, I would go to dermatologists to get that taken out. When I say that the classroom has saved my life, I'm not kidding. One of the first things I did was I removed the amalgams. Once I started learning, once you know better, you do better. I started removing the amalgams from my teeth. And that wasn't enough. I started seeing some, like I used to have like the spots. I had to cover up thick stuff that Lord knows what I was putting on my skin. But I still had a little bit left. That just, I guess, with the years of having, silver fillings and everything, it just created some backup toxicity, right? It was coming through my skin. But then it stopped getting clear. And then I started using Keep Me Safe. And that was my final plug, removing the mud out of my tub. And yes, I do have little spots here and there. I'm going to be 59, and I'm working on those things, but naturally, and it doesn't bother me anymore because I come up with Keep Me Safe Organics, and I know it's not harming me. So, whatever your story is, whatever your journey is, let's partner up together and let's do this together, because Kelli has an amazing team. Look at the women that came to support Kelli and myself out that are advocates of Keep Me Safe Organics, talking about their favorite. Let us know what your favorite color is. Let us know which color you want when you text me at 407-373-5959. The bottom line is that even if you love your products, they may not be loving you back. And that is true with every relationship we have, every choice that we make. We might love pie. We might love meat. We might love that person that just pokes us in the eye, kicks us in the stomach, and not in a good way. We might love the job that we have, but it's not healthy for us because it's causing too much stress. We get to decide that if we love, will whatever it is that we love is loving us back in a way that will create optimal health? I guess that's the question I want to leave. Kelli, last thing, if you want to leave someone with a thought or a question.
You are so beautiful, and you are amazing, and God loves you so much. So you are worth it. You are worth it. Everything. Absolutely. You are worth it.
Absolutely.
I used to say it all the time, and I'm going to bring it back. I love you. God loves you. Everyone loves you. And I tell my kids to believe anything other than that is just a lie. And so we would do, with our kids, we want them to feel great. Why aren't we doing that with ourselves?
That's right.
You are God's masterpiece.
That's right. We would never harm our children. And by the way, Bridget is my new favorite person.
I love Bridget. I know. Shout out to Bridget.
She said 59.
Oh my gosh, Bridget is amazing. I love Bridget.
I love Bridget. Yes. Thank you so much for showing up today and supporting us today.
Yes.
And I hope that you have some food for thought and that you will decide what it is that you want. I can't tell you what to do. I can just show you what is possible. The rest is up to you. So we will see you. Have a great, remember, Wednesday, I will pick the winner of the lipsticks I guess they're not lipsticks. They're
No, they're not lip balms. Those are lipsticks.
They're not lip balms. They're lipsticks.
I mean, what else do you call them?
How about kissable stuff?
Oh,
Kissable lips. If you want kissable lips that
Kissable
won't
lips.
harm your husband, then because they're being harmed too. Anyway,
yeah, that's a good one. And your kids when you kiss them.
kids, no harm lips. So, we love you guys. We'll see you soon.